There are secrets that you won't find in old books or dusty scrolls hidden away in some forgotten library. Some of the deepest secrets are actually inside your own body, and one of the most important sites, right in the middle of your belly. That little spot, your belly button, the tiny circle we often don't even notice when we look in the mirror, isn't just a leftover scar from birth or a random mark on your skin. It's something much more meaningful. It's like a special doorway, an energy antenna, a threshold we've mostly forgotten about. Long ago, many ancient cultures believed the navel was the first center of power in the body. It's where life first entered you, and through it, life energy flows. The body, in its smart design, keeps that spot as a reminder of something sacred. This is where it all started for you. This is where your life energy still moves. What most people don't realize is that through this spot, your vital energy can also escape. Imagine it like a little crack left open, letting the purest part of your life force slowly leak out. That tired feeling, the struggle to focus, or the sense that you're drained after certain situations might not be caused by outside factors, but by this tiny energy leak right at your center. So what if you decided to close that opening? What if you covered it, not to hide it, but to protect your energy? What if that simple act was the key to holding on to your power, boosting your intuition, and bringing back that inner spark you used to feel but now seems quiet? This is an invitation to look at your body differently, not just as a collection of parts, but as a sacred map full of hidden doors and symbols waiting to be remembered. We're going to explore the ancient wisdom behind the navel, its role in energy, and why so many old cultures saw it as a spiritual center. I'll share how you can cover it with purpose and intention. Doing this can create deep changes in your energy field, improve your focus, influence your dreams, and even affect how you relate to others. Remember, the mystical doesn't have to be complicated. Sometimes the biggest shifts start with something simple, a patch, a touch, or setting an intention over your belly button, and suddenly your energy begins to flow back to you. So take a breath, notice your center, and get ready to reconnect with something that's been inside you all along, just waiting to be awakened. Long before modern medicine called it just an umbilical scar, the navel was honored as a symbol of origin, power, and deep connection. Across many ancient cultures, it wasn't seen as just a physical leftover from birth, but as a sign of a hidden connection, a kind of energy cord that's never truly cut. Through that cord flows a subtle stream of energy and information. In ancient India, the navel was called Navi and was seen as a key point in the subtle body. In the chakra system, it's near the third chakra, known as Manipura, which is linked to inner fire, willpower, and personal strength. Beyond the well-known chakras, some tantric traditions spoke of a secret chakra right at the center of the navel. They believed that mastering this point helped balance the physical and spiritual worlds, because the navel is where nourishment and giving meet in harmony. In Chinese Taoism, the navel is tied to the lower dantian, considered the body's energy center. Taoist masters believed this was like an invisible cauldron where the body's internal energy was refined. Practitioners of Qigong and Neidan would focus attention, warmth, or even gentle pressure on the navel to hold on to their vital energy and stop it from leaking away. Similarly, in ancient Mesoamerican cultures like the Mexica and Maya, the navel symbolized the center of the universe. The words in their languages that mean heart or center were connected to the navel and solar plexus because it was seen as the point where different worlds met, the physical and the invisible. The famous four-petaled flower symbol in Aztec writings, representing the center of the cosmos, is thought to mirror the human navel, symbolizing the small universe inside us. Even in the more hidden parts of Judeo-Christian tradition, The body was described as a temple. If the heart was the altar, then the navel was the door. The Song of Songs in the Old Testament calls the navel a rounded cup that never lacks wine, a metaphor for the power flowing from within. But over time, these teachings were pushed aside or mocked by more rational and materialistic ways of thinking. The body came to be seen just as a machine, and the navel was nothing more than a forgotten button in the middle of the belly. But ancient spiritual knowledge understood what modern science still hesitates to see. That little opening is a symbol of our connection to everything. It's an energy gateway, and if left open without care, it can let your vital energy escape. Think about it for a second. Your navel is the only place on your body that was literally your lifeline before you could breathe on your own. Why would it just stop having a purpose once that cord was cut? What's cut physically can still exist on a spiritual level. What's forgotten doesn't mean it's gone. Today, many people feel tired, scattered, or anxious without any clear reason. Maybe part of that comes from this unseen energy loss happening right at your center. Many people look for reasons outside themselves when they feel tired or distracted, but they often overlook that energy can leak out in subtle ways, too. One of the main places this happens is through the navel, which acts like an open door to the world around you. Every feeling, every glance, every vibration from others can enter or leave through this spot. That's why ancient cultures taught the importance of covering or protecting the navel, especially during rituals, in public, meditation, or sleep. Not because of superstition, but because of deep energy wisdom. Now that you know this, what will you do with this little portal? The navel, often ignored, is actually a powerful point where vital energy gathers, focuses, and flows. You can think of it as an invisible eye in a sacred lock. It doesn't have eyelids, so it never closes on its own. If we don't consciously protect it, it stays open like a valve, letting energy slip out. Through this opening, information comes in, but power also escapes. Imagine your body as a cup holding precious oil, your life essence. If the cup has a crack at the bottom, no matter how much you pour in, it will never stay full. The navel is that crack, and the problem is that most people don't realize its role. Every day you're around lots of people and noisy, busy environments, full of others' emotions and intentions, all that affects your subtle energy field. Few know that the navel acts like an unfiltered gateway, especially sensitive to strong emotions, intense looks, and heavy words. So it's not about shutting yourself off out of fear, but about protecting your energy with wisdom, like closing a door to keep the warmth inside your home during winter. Sealing the navel helps keep your inner energy steady and stops it from leaking away without you noticing. There's an ancient practice quietly passed down through healers, yogis, and spiritual guides. Covering the navel with a small cloth, patch, or even a finger during important moments. This isn't superstition, it's spiritual science and body alchemy. This simple act sets off a chain reaction inside your energy system. When the body feels the navel is closed, it redirects energy flow like a river contained by its banks. Instead of spilling out, the energy deepens and strengthens. What was once lost now becomes refined and focused. There's also a close connection between the navel and the enteric nervous system, often called the second brain, located in your abdomen. This system not only manages digestion, but also plays a role in your intuition. Have you ever felt a pit in your stomach before you understood something, or a warm expansion there when you felt grateful or connected? When the navel is consciously sealed, the bioelectric field in your belly strengthens, boosting emotional clarity, intuition, and energy for action. It's like closing a door lets all your internal lights shine brighter. Some tantric traditions even say the navel is a tiny mirror of the entire universe. It's a mini energy center linked to higher spiritual planes through an invisible cord, a thread of light still connecting your soul to its origin. Every time you touch or cover the navel with intention, that cord wakes up, like dialing a secret number on a cosmic phone. What happens then? People describe feeling deeply present, calm, or like something inside them clicked. Some experience clearer dreams, sudden insights, or a return to themselves after feeling lost. All of this starts with one small step, paying attention to a point you usually forget, but has always been there. When you choose to cover your navel with awareness, you're not just covering skin, you're activating an ancient energy system that transforms you from the inside out. It's like turning a key in a hidden door, unlocking something you've always had but never noticed. Ancient teachings said the human body is a tiny version of the universe, a perfect microcosm. The navel isn't just the physical center of the body, it's the original energy anchor, the hub where vital energy flows through. Here, your inner fire can be lit or snuffed out. If you leave this point unprotected, outside influences freely enter your energy field. It's like living with your front door wide open. Any emotional energy, foreign vibration, or collective thought can slip in and disturb your inner balance. When this happens, your body feels like a poorly tuned radio picking up static and noise. But when you cover the center, whether with cloth, a small crystal, or even your hand during meditation, you create a sacred container, a cup where your energy gathers and strengthens. This simple act causes important shifts in your subtle system. First, your aura, the energy field around you, becomes denser and more stable. It's like sealing invisible cracks that let your energy leak. A stronger aura protects your nervous system from outside disruptions and boosts your focus, intuition, and personal magnetism. Second, the energy that once scattered outward now flows upward along your spine. Instead of disappearing, it's directed and transformed into what many traditions call the sacred oil, the dew of the soul, or the nectar of the gods. Cerebrospinal fluid, seen through the lens of ancient wisdom, is like the inner nectar that rises when everything inside you is in balance. This rising energy activates important glands like the thymus, thyroid, and especially the pineal gland. The pineal gland, often called the seat of the soul, in many spiritual traditions, starts to receive clearer, purer signals when this happens. It's as if by sealing your root, the navel, your soul's antenna can reach higher levels more clearly. This is when amazing things start to occur. Some people report moments of complete clarity, vivid inner visions, lucid dreams, or a deep sense of peace. This isn't just imagination, but a realignment of your inner energy, a reset of your internal balance. Beyond that, this simple action also affects your emotions, helping you hold your energy instead of giving it away or draining it into relationships or habits that don't serve you. Your energy field becomes magnetic, not because you're forcing it, but because you're being genuine. What used to slip away now stays with you as presence and strength. Covering your navel becomes a physical reminder of your personal boundaries, a silent way of saying, "This is my temple. This is where my power begins." With consistent practice, your body enters a state of balance and harmony. You become more tuned into your own needs and more careful about what energy you allow inside. Think of it like tuning an old instrument that's been out of use for a long time. When your body vibrates at the right frequency, the world around you responds in kind. But just knowing the navel is an energy portal isn't enough. Real power comes when you make it part of your daily routine with simple, mindful actions. Ancient wisdom isn't meant to stay locked away in dusty books or complicated rituals. It's meant to light up your everyday life. The first step is to start treating your navel as a sacred center, not just another part of your body. Seal your center each morning before you step out into the world. Just like you put on clothes to protect your physical body, cover your navel to protect your energy. You can use a small piece of cloth tape, hypoallergenic bandage tape, or a soft patch with a meaningful symbol, like a sun, spiral, or flower of life. What really matters is your intention. As you place it there, say quietly to yourself, "With this seal, I protect my energy. What I am belongs to me." This simple morning ritual acts like an invisible shield when you're in crowded or challenging places, or anytime you feel drained. Then take a few minutes each day, especially during stress or before sleep, to connect with your navel by placing your hand gently over it and breathing deeply. Picture a warm, golden light flowing from your hand into your belly and spreading inside. This calming practice soothes your nervous system and reconnects you with your core. It's a simple anchor to return to when life feels chaotic or overwhelming. You can also try using essential oils or balms. Some traditions use oils like frankincense, myrrh, palo santo, or lavender, just a drop on the navel. These oils activate cellular memory, and since the navel is an ancient energy channel, it responds well to subtle touches like this. Use it before meditation or whenever you need to regain inner strength. Pay attention to how you feel emotionally as you start sealing your navel. Many people notice powerful emotional shifts. Don't be surprised if, when covering your navel, you suddenly feel clearer, stronger, or even notice old emotions coming up. Sealing your navel doesn't just save your energy, it blocks old emotional patterns from sneaking in. It's an act of reclaiming your inner power. If you find this practice helps you feel more focused, energized, or emotionally balanced after a few days, consider sharing it with others, but gently by example, not by force. True magic spreads through authenticity, not pressure. When people notice you seem calmer, more grounded, or more radiant, that's your chance to share how it all began by simply protecting something as small as your navel. These practices don't require blind faith or elaborate ceremonies, just presence, intention, and consistency. Your body responds when you listen to it, and your energy flows best when its channel is protected. In a world that pulls us outward toward screens, noise, and distractions, the idea of the navel as a power portal might seem unusual at first. But if you look deeper, you realize it's not just a physical spot. It's a symbol of coming back to yourself, to the core where your life began. The navel is a physical reminder of your first connection to existence. Before you took your first breath or opened your eyes, you were connected by an invisible cord that nourished you. That cord was cut at birth, yes, but its energetic imprint stays with you. Like any gateway, it waits for you to recognize it. Covering, sealing, and activating this spot isn't superstition. It's a quiet declaration of spiritual self-ownership, and it tells the universe, I recognize my center. I reclaim my energy. I gather my power. When you do this, you don't just transform yourself. Your whole world changes because your vibration changes. Maybe you felt it before, something inside slipping away, feeling drained, or empty at the end of the day without a clear reason. That might not be physical tiredness, but an invisible energy leak from a place you never thought about. Now that you know, you can seal that leak, close that doorway, and turn it into a sacred altar. The navel isn't just a scar, it's a hidden seal of forgotten magic. When you honor, protect, and listen to it, something inside you remembers. Your power, your connection to everything, your wholeness. Today, I invite you to stop searching outside yourself for what's already inside. Try this simple practice with an open heart and mind. You don't need to change your whole life overnight. Just focus on your navel for a few minutes each day. and watch as things start to shift, like a secret wheel beginning to turn. Remember, the most powerful doors open inward, and your navel is one of them. If this idea speaks to you, if you feel something inside waking up or remembering, I invite you to dive deeper. Subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss what's next, and share this with people ready to reconnect with who they really are. If this wisdom touched you, give it a like and tell me in the comments. Have you ever felt energy in your navel? Are you ready to seal your center and let your magic shine? I'll see you on the next journey where what's invisible becomes visible.